Today's video is about a topic which I find incredibly useful. It's something I recommend a lot to my clients. Now, it may seem something very simple that anyone can do, and I hope it is for you. And that is the topic of emphasis. Now, here I'm talking about emphasizing individual syllables and also words. Now, you may be mistaken for thinking that the only thing this does is contribute towards the melody and rhythm of British English. It does do this, but it also has other benefits. So one of the things that will undoubtedly happen when you start to do this really well is that it will also improve your resonance and will better support vowels and diphthongs. The reason for this is that in order to emphasize a syllable or a word, we need to utilize these muscles which are in the top and bottom jaw around about here. It's the same muscles you feel if you stifle a smile. So everyone stifle a smile. So you'll probably feel that it's the hinge part of the jaw. And this is why it's so useful, because obviously the resonance for British English is at the back of the mouth, in the cavities right back here around the soft palate for high resonating sounds, in what I call the cave area for all sounds, and the throat. And this is something very typical of British English. And one of the reasons why a lot of people have a strong accent that is not British is because they're focusing too much on their consonants, on the movement of the tip of the tongue, of the lips. And this will help you to not do that, distract you basically. You need to be distracted from those movements so that your focus is much more around this area, okay? Another thing that will happen if you have very good emphasis is that your listeners will really get what you're talking about. So what happens here is if I were to emphasize an important word within a sentence, I'm probably going to connect emotionally with it. So I might say, I'm really sorry. And then people really believe that I'm sorry. Whereas if I say, I'm really sorry, kind of has less emphasis, less authenticity. So it does so many things. Now, how do we do this? Like I said a moment ago, it's utilizing these muscles. You can compare it to running. So the difference between running and walking. So when we run, we have to activate all those muscles so we don't trip over and so that we're able to go really quickly. It's the same kind of thing. You're activating muscles, and that's why it sounds more authentic, because it really sounds like we're feeling what we're talking about. And you'll probably see a kind of different expression on my face some of the time when I'm emphasizing words. I'm so sorry. So I'm emphasizing so there. I've got lots of examples for you. I'm shocked. So you're probably starting to notice that I tend to emphasize adjectives, adverbs. I also can emphasize verbs and nouns. What a shock. That was informative. So it's the words that you can visualize, you can feel, you can connect with. It could be an emotional word, like a feeling word, like love or hate or miss. It could also just be a very descriptive word. So when I'm talking about adjectives, or an action, so therefore a verb. It's the words that kind of conjure up a mental picture. They're easier to connect with, essentially, so you should be able to spot them. The ones we don't emphasize are little words like the, of. And of will actually become of most of the time. So we're actually weakening it. So we're doing the opposite to emphasis. An, which also becomes un. So again, we weaken it. And, again, which can be un. In England, actually, you might have seen it. We often have signs outside a specific kind of takeaway shop, and it's fish and chips, fish and chips. And that's because when we say and in that kind of way, we're going to say so we're weakening it. It would only be emphasized if I really wanted to emphasize that there was something else. So someone might say, Francesca told me. No, not just Francesca. Francesca and her friend. Okay? So you're probably starting to get the hang of this. What you have to do now is really listen out for it. So when you listen out for it, you could also make a note of things. Another thing you can do, which is obviously very proactive, is to prepare sentences. So say you've got a meeting coming up and it's going to be on Zoom or something. you can easily prepare that and even write a note of it next to your computer. But you have to prepare, practice, and then deliver. And that's how you're going to start doing it more and more. Another thing you can do is just to take an extract from a book or a poem and underline, highlight all those syllables, all those words that need to be emphasized, and then practice. It's just about practice. You have to find a way, you have to find your way that works for you. And when you do, just let me know in the comments below. So if you like this video, please do like it. And if you want to see more of my work, then you can find me on my membership site, and the link's just below. You can get a free 7-day trial. And if you decide to sign up, it's very worthwhile. It's just €19 per month, and you get access to all my videos. So I've got 60 plus videos there. You also get invited to 2 group coaching calls per month. And after each call, I'll send you the video recording and all the notes. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.